Welcome to the My Crazy Office podcast with the authors of Working With You Is Killing Me, Working For You Isn't Working For Me, and Mean Girls at Work, Kathy Elster and Catherine Crowley. They're committed to creating world peace, one crazy office at a time. And now, here are Kathy and Catherine.
Hey everyone, I'm Kathy Elster.
And I'm Catherine Crowley, and welcome to My Crazy Office.
And today we want to welcome our guest comedian, Brantley Brice. Love your name.
Thank
How are
you.
you? How can people find out?
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
How
are you?
I'm good. Doing well. Doing well.
Good.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Brantley is a comedian, a writer, and an actor. They usually go together, right?
Yeah, it's all one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same.
How can people find out more about you?
Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Brantley Brice. It's my Twitter handle. It's BRANTLEY BRICE. Same goes for Instagram. We're also on Facebook. And I'm launching my website in the new year as well. So
Ooh, that's exciting.
And it'll be BrantleyBrice.com. Like nothing, pretty easy to remember. So
Yeah, I bet securing your name is not hard.
It's not.
Right?
It's not. I was nervous when I joined the Screen Actors Guild because if they said like, "Oh,
Right.
Brantley Brice was already taken," I'd be devastated. That's going to be the worst. So, yeah. So far, I've not run into any problems.
Yeah, that's the good thing about your name. Let's just go to our first question, Logan.
Sure. My New Year's resolution is to get along better with my coworkers. My biggest challenge comes when I see someone doing something stupid or when I notice that they just don't care about the quality of their work. How do I handle this without coming off as arrogant or self-righteous?
Maybe you're setting the wrong resolution.
Should the resolution be less arrogant and
letting
self-righteous?
go of my judgment towards other people. That's really I think the resolution.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't agree. Well, I can tell you're like, oh,
Play that song from Frozen.
okay.
Let it go. Let it go.
That would be one way to go. No, I understand that, but I think that someone like this probably takes their own work very seriously, takes themselves quite seriously, and there tends to be quite critical or judgmental. It's a good point. But I think that the key, I guess one of the suggestions I would make is to keep the focus on yourself. Like if you're busy, mind your own business. That's it.
Plain and simple.
I think people that enjoy pointing fingers are not looking at themselves enough.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. It's very easy to judge others.
Well, you know what they say, one finger pointing at you, three fingers pointing at me.
Yeah.
They say that?
Yeah. You've never heard that?
I've never heard that, but that's never heard of that.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, because then the three are coming at you. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. I think that, to say you want to set a resolution and then say...
To get along better with my coworkers and then call them names like stupid.
Yeah, I mean... This is a hard resolution because you're not going to really get along with everybody you work with.
You generally don't like people.
But maybe that's the problem.
That could be. Bryce, do you have any take on this?
I think, honestly, someone like this is probably just not very well liked in the work. I mean,
so you think this person is not
probably
liked?
not. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that, you should, like you said, you should worry about yourself more than other people. I mean, if anything, if you're the hardest working one like that will come around eventually,
right.
I feel like. And I think that, pointing fingers at other people, it's like, what does that even do? I mean, is that a thing? Like, why?
Well, the thing is, when you're busy looking at other people, you're not seeing the full picture.
Yeah.
You're just not. So, I mean, to judge others for not fully doing their job, unless you're their boss and you have firsthand knowledge that they're not doing their job, why is the company keeping them?
All right.
And the chances are you may not know all that they do.
But actually, I think what you just said is an interesting point, because if you are busy...
Wait, did you say something I just said was interesting?
Everything you say is interesting, Kathy.
Okay, what did I say?
Well, it was about that if you're busy, in a sense, what it made me think about was that if you got to know them better, perhaps, if your resolution is getting along better with your coworkers, and you're saying you're just seeing a piece of them if you're busy judging them, then it could be that what you need to do is get to know them better. Like take someone to lunch.
There you go.
That would be the complete opposite of what most people would want to do.
But if you become friends with them, then you're in a position to be like, hey, listen, I'm glad we're having lunch together, but I have to be honest, you are pretty lousy when it comes to work. And you can just, build a friendship with them, and then you can just give some give some honesty.
See, what I hear you saying is pretty typical of like an extrovert, comedian who thinks if I can get friendly, then I can jab.
You can just kind of rip into them a little bit.
Right. Which, did you have a lot of siblings? Because I had siblings, and that's how we function.
Yep.
So, but a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't. They just can't do that.
So then we go back to Logan's suggestion, which was to let it go, let it go.
Just sing that song.
Just sing it. Just have your iPod on and just play it at work sometimes. And someone does something stupid. Or...
See, and then I think you could also play John Lennon's "Let It Be" after that.
Just make a playlist. All about letting go.
I listen to Let It Be, and I get annoyed sometimes. Anyway, so I think the whole idea of setting resolutions to, get along with your coworkers, that's fine. But I think you really have to figure out what the real resolution is, like what's really going to be helpful.
Well, what can help you get along better with them, right? If it is trying your best to be a little less judgmental, if it is trying to
lunch,
trying to get them to get to know them better so that you're not just looking at one side, or if it is building your communication skills so that once you get to know them, you can let them have it one way or another, or express yourself.
But I do like this idea of setting New Year's resolutions for your workplace. I think that's a really good idea.
Yes.
So maybe we can start a move. But in the meantime, why don't we just take a quick commercial break?
Ever feel like you or your company could use a 20-minute therapy session? Well, K-Squared has your back. Simply download a K-Talk, plug in those earpods, or gather a group of your coworkers and feel better instantly. Well, almost. Each K-Talk covers a specific topic and costs a fraction of what a traditional therapy session would. Feeling stressed by your workload? There's a K-Talk for that. Working with someone who's done you wrong? There's a K-Talk for that. Can't ask for a raise, need a vacation, hate your boss? K-Talk, K-Talk, K-Talk. Just go to ksquaredenterprises.com and purchase the K-Talk that fits your situation. Now back to our show.
Okay, welcome back. I know we have a second question, right, Logan?
I'd like to start the year by getting a new job. Actually, I think I'm in the wrong industry altogether. I have a degree in marketing, and I know I don't like it. I need to go in a different direction. How do I start carving my new career path?
I love this question because I think that we have several careers in all of us. All of us have several careers. I'm on my third.
Yes.
I may have another one. I didn't want to tell you that.
I can see one percolating right now. I'm seeing it. I see it.
So I think, learning how to transition into other careers is a skill that really everybody needs to learn.
Yeah. Well, also the thing that what you study in college may not turn out to be what you really like to do is a really important acknowledgement, and many people, I think, at 25, 26 find themselves and feel really concerned that they put all this money into a certain degree and it's not what they like.
Yeah.
So we're trying to normalize that. This is part of career development.
I think it is really common. And, that marketing, you never will lose that knowledge. You're probably going to use it later in life anyway. So it's not a terrible thing to know.
Yes. Yeah. So my suggestion here would be to get help. Right. Get some assistance, professional assistance.
Don't do this alone.
No.
No, well, you can't really do it alone.
Don't try this at home.
Well, the thing is who you're going to talk to. You can't just talk to yourself.
Yeah.
You need help.
It's all about building relationships. So you could get a career coach. You could hire someone to help you in terms of carving your new career path. Aptitude testing, we've actually done an interview with the fellow at Johnson O'Connor, and that's an amazing place where they can literally tell you what your raw capabilities are.
That's your aptitude, though. That's just what it is you're naturally good at. It doesn't actually tell you what your career could be, but it's a really good start.
Right. It can give you the ingredients, which I think is the big thing we all want to know is what is it that I'm working with? If I'm 25 and I'm not clear what my greatest talents are, that could help.
Yeah, but I also, just to normalize it, I want people to understand that you're probably going to be in this process throughout your life. Yeah, it pretty is much ongoing. I mean, so even, you've made your decision to be a comedian, I'm sure you're thinking about what's next.
The thing, it's interesting because I never saw myself so much as a writer because I was writing jokes, and then a show that I did recently, a producer was there, and she wanted to get together and talk about writing a treatment for a possible TV show and whatnot, and it's a project I'm working on right now. I mean, I had never imagined that would be something that I'd actually be doing,
Right,
because
there you
I've
go.
never classified myself as a writer.
Right.
So I think you have to be open to that. You have to be open to whatever comes your way. I think it's the same. So, you hear stories about, I read a story recently about a lawyer that he stopped practicing law to become like a personal trainer or like it's like, things are constantly changing. I think you just have to kind of go with it, and I think another way would be to explore extracurricular activities and just kind of dive into different things and kind of figure out what else you're passionate about.
Right. Or notice what you are passionate about. There may be things already that you're really interested in. I know ages ago when we wrote Going Indie, we talked about you should do something that you've had an interest in for at least 5 years. Yeah. And so you notice what blogs do you read, what shows do you watch, where do your interests go naturally?
But I know there's really good books.
They're there.
Yeah, they're out there about career transitions.
Brantley, we want you to come up with those books.
I mean, I remember Pathfinders. Was that?
Pathfinders
That
is
was
a good one.
really good one. And then but there's probably newer
The
ones.
Careerist is not so old.
Okay, and then there's another one, Pathfinder, or So you just have to
Look for the newest and greatest in terms of career books.
You can Google them. Google.
just go to
career
Amazon.
Yeah.
And it'll come up.
Ask Jeeves.
It'll be easy. Right. Ask Surrey.
Yeah.
Somebody. It'll come up.
But the big thing, actually, Kathy, that you said is about taking action.
She just gave him credit
She's
again.
giving you credit again.
I give you credit, darling, all the time.
Well, it seems a little obsessive today, but anyway. It seems a little more.
It's part of the holiday.
Birthday's coming up.
Right,
Your holidays
right.
are coming
That's
up.
it. That's it. That's your birthday
Try to show
present,
we
Kathy.
care.
No, but it is the taking action because,
Right.
and that can be scary too. You're going to need to reach out and make connections. And big thing that I love and I really support is information interviewing. Like anyone who's doing something you think is really interesting, whether you think you're going to do it or not, book 15 minutes of their time and interview them. Find out what they do and why they like it and what the ingredients are, and see if it might be something that attracts you.
It's also good to meet people that have gone through career transitions just to see the process, because it can be kind of dark for a while because you don't really know what's next, and
That's right.
some people
And fear
freeze
comes
in
up.
that. They get really scared. So if you meet other people that actually got to the other side.
Yes.
And that's why getting help is also important, because you need somebody to say, no, you're doing fine. Just take another step. Just keep moving forward and you'll get there.
Right. So that's just from the psychological perspective, what I will say is that there's a good chance that as you take actions in the new direction, fear will come up and you'll find reasons to stop taking actions.
That's real solid therapy there. That's really solid.
So
Get
push
the
through.
gears turning.
Yeah, but that's also part of why you want support, because you want to be able to push through those fears when they come through.
Right. Because they're not real, right? What are they based on?
A lot of things, maybe what your parents told you should be doing.
Yeah.
He just jumped on that. Like, your
There we go. Yeah, let's talk about that.
His parents just entered the room. I saw that.
No, but I think that you're right. I mean, it's so, I hate when people say you don't know until you try, because that's such a, but it is such a true thing, though.
Yeah.
Because we create fear, I think. It's like, it's easy to be like, oh, I can't do this, or I probably won't be successful.
Right. Fear of
It's
rejection.
so much easier to go in that direction than to think, oh, you know what, maybe I actually could do this. It's something I actually am good at, and I could actually be successful. It's so much easier to go to the negative. I think we often do that.
Right. And parents and sometimes teachers and sometimes employers, they want you to be safe, right?
Yeah.
So they're not always going to be the ones that encourage you to take that risk in the area that you really care about.
Yeah.
So it all rolls back to get support. Understand that fear is part of the process. If you're not scared, you're probably not challenging yourself. And
That's really true.
Then keep moving forward and get support to go, man, go.
So walk through your fear.
There must be a song for that, too.
There probably is. There's no way through fear but to walk through it. There
Forge
really
every mountain, every string. Yes.
Oh, what was that? Sound of Music?
Sound of Music. That's so old. But anyway, so yes.
It's timeless.
It's a classic.
I think it is timeless.
Okay.
Like a spoonful of sugar.
I'm sure Nicki Minaj has some songs about
probably.
fear.
Yeah,
right?
Probably. Absolutely. That's
Yeah, she
just
probably
Pink.
does.
I know Pink does.
Well, I think that's it for this show. So, Brantley, tell us again how people can find you. Give us your
once again,
Twitter.
Twitter. The Twitter handle is Brantley Brice. It's Brantley Brice, and same on Instagram. And be on the lookout for a new website as well.
Cool.
Great,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Great, thanks for having me.
Join us next time for another My Crazy Office podcast. And please go to iTunes and review My Crazy Office. And don't forget to send your questions to info@mycrazyoffice.co.
My Crazy Office is produced in New York City at K Squared Studios. Stay crazy.